Jai Sri Radhe, Jai Jai Sri Radhe, Jai Jai Sri Radhe. This is Sunday Satsang Radhakundam, January 22nd, 2022. And we're going to start the first part of a new series of lectures called Tasting Bhakti Ras and Manjari Bhav Sadhana. And we're discussing, last week we discussed about the Siddhas, spiritual body of the liberated soul. The spiritual bodies are all situated in Vaikuntha or in Vrindavan, and they're manifested from the body of Vishnu or Krishna. So the spiritual body is made of Antaranga Shakti, spiritual Shakti, the internal potency of Krishna. The spiritual body is made of. When we attain prema and bhajan, then we go to Goloka Vrindavan, then the Atma mixes with that body. The Atma mixes with the spiritual body is given to us by Krishna. And that body is given to us by Krishna will be exactly the same body that we meditate on while we're practicing Raghunaga Sadhana, which is the body that our Gurudev revealed to us in Siddha Pranali Diksha. So that body is already, when the Guru reveals the Siddhas, that Siddhas is already existing in the spiritual world. Gurudev sees it and gives it to the disciple. So when we attain prema, then the Atma will give up this body, and the individual Atma, which is Siddhas Shakti, will go to the spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavan, and enter that body, spiritual body, which is Antaranga Shakti. So the Antaranga Shakti and the Atma become a blend of one. They're both conscious, and they're both made of Bhav and Prem. And so in that Prem Deya, or Bhav Deya, will serve Radha and Krishna. So we have something called, it's called the Siddha Deya. So there's personalities in this world of bhajan. There's sadhakas like us, they're doing sadhana bhajan, and they become perfect in sadhana. They attain prema, they become known as sadhana siddha. And sadhana, what makes one a siddha? We're all doing sadhana bhakti, we're all following Raghunaga Sadhana bhakti, meditating on our spiritual Manjari Srups, and trying to do service in Krishna's Nitya Lila, Asika Lila. What makes one devotee a siddha different from another devotee? So a siddha devotee is defined as one who has had darshan of Radha and Krishna, or one who's entered the Lila of Radha and Krishna in meditation. It's called Lila Pravesh, entering the Lila of Radha and Krishna. So that to enter the Lila, you have to have prema to begin with. You have to be at the level of prema. So there's many stories of Siddha Mahatmas that have entered the Lila of Krishna in their Manasi Deya, in their Bhav Deya in the mind, Siddha Deya in the mind. And the proof of it is when they come out of meditation, they carry things from the spiritual world back to this world. So this is how the intersection of the material world and the spiritual world. In the meditative world, when one meditates on Siddha, that lady or gentleman, they enter the spiritual world in their Siddha. When you're meditating on your Siddha Manjari Srup, that means you're in the spiritual world, you're in the Lila. It's not imagination, it's real. And to prove it's real, the Siddha Mahatmas sometimes bring things back from there. They bring back colors, they bring back flowers, they bring back perfume, they bring back food stuff. It's like one of the yoga mystic cities, one of the 8 cities is Kamavasi Yitra or something like that. That whatever one desires, one can acquire. So this is what's happening, something like that's happening when one meditates on the spiritual world, he enters there. He doesn't even know it, because consciously he's not aware of it, because it's happening on the mental platform. It's happening on a mental spiritual platform. So his eyes are closed, he's meditating on Lila, or lady, she, and comes back. So now we're going to hear descriptions of this phenomenon. And the example is also given in Bhakti Ras Sindhu. Rupa Goswami describes a South Indian Brahmin was doing meditation. He was meditating on Krishna, Vishnu in the spiritual world. He was meditating on, he was a Vishnu Bhakti from South India, Vishakhapatnam. And he was meditating on Vishnu and offering kheer making sweet rice kheer for Vishnu in his meditation. And he thought it was too hot. He was meditating, he saw Vishnu, and he was going to offer to Vishnu, to offer to Lakshmi to give to Vishnu. And he saw maybe it's too hot, so he put his tip of his index finger, he touched the sweet rice, and it was too hot, it burned his finger in meditation. He went, oh! And it was so painful experience, although it's meditation, meditating on Siddhas as a Vaikuntha form, in Vaikuntha form. He woke up in the conscious world, and he saw his finger was burned. So what's this? It's like dreaming of getting a bee sting. You wake up, you have a bee sting, you got stuck by a bee. So it's pretty amazing. So Rupa Goswami cites that an example as bringing something back from the spiritual world. He entered the spiritual world of meditation, and he touched the sweet rice, and Vishnu, to show him that he was really accepting a sweet rice offering in meditation, and he was really in the spiritual world, Vishnu burned his finger. So there's other examples here of the Siddhas. And this is very important for Raganuga Bhaktas to encourage them to keep practicing, because our goal is to become sadhana siddhas, to attain prema, and also have these experiences ourselves. Sometimes the siddha manifests something from the eternal Lila on the physical body. Once, a famous Siddha Mahatma, Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddha, he was meditating on Sakhi Rup as a Manjari, and she was playing holy with Krishna. And during that time, Krishna sprayed colors on that Manjari. And when that Manjari came out of meditation, she had colors, the Babaji had colors, his Babaji Vesh was white clothes all full of red and green and pink and everything. And all the Babas came and saw, what happened to you? He said, oh, Krishna, I was meditating holy and Krishna's downstream with his pitchkari. So it's not safe during holy time. Even when you meditate, you make a call. Everyone hides during holy time in Vrindavan. They want to come outside and get all their clothes wrecked with holy. So even if you're in your kuti, you're meditating, you may get your clothes wrecked. if you're a siddha. There's another story of Siddha Krishnadas from Govardhan. He was meditating as a Manjari, and he was dressing, she and Manjari Swarup was dressing Radharani and putting bangles on Radharani's arm. We prepare for Abhisar to go meet Krishna. The Manjari became so absorbed in that Shringar Lila to Radharani that he got lost in that meditation of dressing Radharani for 3 hours. And when the Manjari came out of meditation, she felt that, the Baba felt it was only a couple minutes. Because time doesn't have any influence in the spiritual world. Even in meditation, when you meditate, you lose sense of time. There's another instance even more dramatic. Krishna's Babaji was once meditating as a Manjari. There's a mat under the tree they can play under. Radharani was playing in Radhakund and dropped a finger ring in Radhakund. So then Krishna's Baba, in his meditation, he saw that Radharani dropped her ring. And so in his Manjari Swarup, he jumped, he or she, whoever, she jumped in Radhakund looking for Radharani's dropped finger ring. But he stayed underwater for 7 days. That's a pretty good record underwater. And he finally came out of the water. He found the ring. So obviously, Lila time and ordinary time are different. There's a story of Das Goswami, which is very famous. Raghunath Das Goswami was doing bhajan at Shamakund at Mahasabhavan Ghat next to the kutir of Krishna's Kaviraj. And one day he complained of indigestion. He was suffering great stomach pains. So they called a doctor from Govardhan. And two doctors came and examined him, and they checked his pulse, and they said, I think he's suffering from indigestion from eating too much kheer. He ate too much sweet rice. But the people, the Krishna's Kaviraj, who was living right next with Raghunath Das at the time, he said, how is it possible with indigestion? He hasn't eaten anything all day. Yesterday he had a cup of buttermilk. And buttermilk is self-digesting. You don't get indigestion from drinking digestion juice. Buttermilk digests itself, it's good for digestion. But somehow he got indigestion. So they asked Raghunath Das, and they said, the doctor said, you haven't eaten anything, how you have indigestion? And Raghunath Das said, actually, I'll tell you, I'll explain, it's a little secret. I'll tell you how I got indigestion. And I was meditating on my Manjari through with Tulsi Manjari. And Radharani sweet rice. Radharani took a little, offered me a big bowl of Radharani Mahaprasad sweet rice. So it's Mahaprasad sweet rice given to me directly by Radharani's hand. So I took it all. And my Manjari through. But somehow my Sakru couldn't digest it. So I get indigestion from drinking too much meditation, sweet rice and meditation. So be careful about meditating on kheer. If you don't get a lot of sweet rice at Sunday feast and you feel shortchanged, and then you take rest at night and you're dreaming of sweet rice, you may eat a whole lot of sweet rice in your dream and wake up with indigestion. These stories demonstrate that Gaudiya Vaishnavas believe that meditative experiences can have a tremendous effect on the shape of one's life. So this proves that the imaginative world, which is called Bhavana Maya, the experiences are real. What the teachers of Rag Bhakti say is the imaginative meditative experiences. Imagine means it's in you're imagining it. It's not external real time. It's in your meditation. The meditative experiences do not create illusion, but rather they illuminate the reality. This proves, Jiva Goswami in Bhakti Ras commentary on 1.2.182 says that these Lilas prove the effect of meditative experience. Then he writes, that example is there of the South Indian Brahmin burning his finger. So the South Indian Brahmin who burned his finger in meditation, which manifested externally, demonstrates the reality of meditative bhavana maya experiences. Bhavana means meditative. So that's what we're doing. We're doing meditation. We're all the time. We're doing Manasi Seva. We're meditating on our Siddhas. We're doing Seva given to us by Guru, Radharani and Krishna, in the Lilas that we're meditating on. And it's really happening. We should, the reason all these stories are there, which are true experiences of the Prema Bhaktas, they're to show us that this is real time, this is a real world we're meditating on, and we too someday may have such experiences. The purpose of Siddhas is to define a particular and detailed identity of an individual for practicing sadhana. Each bhakta has a specific character to play in the eternal Lila of Radha Krishna. It's solely by means of our individual Siddhas, which is our unique individual identity, by which the sadhaka enters Braj, the eternal Vrindavan, and serves Krishna Radharani forever. That's a nice statement there. I'm going to skip ahead here. I'm going to read a little more. So hearing these stories of the Siddha Mahatmas that I've been praying, they should encourage us to keep practicing our meditation. He has a section of Manjari Sadhana, which everyone is basically doing, but gives a nice overview of it. A Manjari is a special kind of gopi, a particular type of Saki that serves Radharani and the needs of the divine couple during their love play. Radharani has 5 kinds of Sakis, and the Manjaris are categorized as Pran Sakis or Nitya Sakis. They have greater love for Radharani than Krishna. The Manjari is a charming young gopi, complete with all the qualities of beauty. She is always a Vaya Sandhi. Sandhi means a combination in the middle, like Sandhya means between day and night. It's like Sandhya Arti. So she's not fully grown. She's 12 to 15 years old age, Navikishore. This age of a woman, a girl between 12 and 15, is considered when the emotions can reach the greatest intensity. So her heart is very volatile, very, very expansive and emotional at that age, 12 to 15. After that, you grow up and become pretty dry. You don't have so many emotions. When you're young, like teenage, I say teenage years are all exciting, let's say. So 12 to 15, Krishna's 15, Radharani's 14. All Manjaris are between 12 and 15. So they're all just the prime age of emotional involvement, emotional variegatedness and intensity. The Manjari is subordinate to or underneath the apprenticeship of a main Saki like Lita Vishaka. However, a Manjari is also superior to a regular Saki, at least by those who follow Manjari Sadhana. At the time when Radha Krishna commence their lovemaking, regular Sakis leave the Kunja. The Manjaris are allowed to stay and serve the needs of the divine couple. So thus the Manjaris get direct access to witness their lovemaking, intimate Ratikeli pastimes. The type of service the Manjaris render includes to Radha Krishna, includes offering betel nut, offering drinking water, fanning them, combing and braiding their hair, decorating their bodies, dressing them, massaging them, and entertaining them with music and dance. I didn't turn this on. You had to send this to me. Sometimes Radha even sends a Manjari to go to Krishna for Krishna's pleasure. That's mentioned in Shastra also. But we don't really encourage that, most gurus. But it's Krishna Bhavadamrita mentions how Manjaris enjoy Krishna sometimes. Because Krishna is the Vishai, he's a Prem Vishai, he's the enjoyer, and the Saki and Prakriti, Sakis are the enjoyed. So sometimes Manjaris are also enjoyed by Krishna, but generally that's presented, they're not interested. The first book that mentions Manjari's form is Gaura Gandesh Deepika, where Kavi Karampur gives a list of the forms of the Siddharupas of the 6 Goswamis. Rupa Goswami, Rupa Manjari, Sanatan Goswami, Davanga Manjari, Gopal Bhatta Guru Manjari, Raghunath Bhatta Rasa Manjari, Raga Manjari, Raghunath Das Rati Manjari, Jiva Goswami Das Manjari. And then Jan Chandra, 50 years later, Jan Chandra wrote Gauragovinda Smarna Padati. He revealed this to the Rupas also. The present form of Manjari Sadhana was established by Narottam Das Thakur. The 6 Goswamis and those that followed them all thought of themselves as Manjaris, and they planted the seed for Manjari Sadhana. The object of love of the Manjari Sadhana is not Krishna alone, but Krishna and Radharani together. The prayers of Narottam Das Thakur, one finds numerous prayers where he's praying not only to serve Krishna, but to serve Radha and Krishna together. Radha Krishna Pranam Morya Bhagavishwara. Rupa Goswami, towards the end of his discussion of Stairati, writes, this is Bhakti Ras Part 2, Chapter 5, verse 128. The love for a Sakhi, which is less than or equal to the love of Krishna, is a secondary emotion, sanchari. If the love for a Sakhi is greater than love for Krishna, then it's called Bhava Las. This is what Bhakti Ras just in there. Jiva Goswami's commentary makes clear that the friend, the Sakhi referred to in this verse by Rupa, means Radharani. So let's read it with that in mind. If love for Radharani is greater than a love for Krishna, then that love is called Bhava Las Rati. The amorous Madhura Ras, where the love for Radha is greater than the love for Krishna, and nourishes and dominates that love, is considered a special type of secondary emotion called Bhava Las Rati. Narottam Das Thakur uses the term Bhava Las frequently to name the dominant emotion cultivated by practitioners of Manjari Bhav. Jiva Goswami's commentary says he calls Bhava Las the secondary emotion, Manjari Bhav, although some gurus and some acharyas call it a special type of Stairati. So it's a special type of emotion, Bhava Las Rati, special type of loving emotion. The love for Radharani dominates all other emotions, and it becomes a new Kunjabi Haridas, who is the guru of Anantadas Babaji. Anantadas Babaji's guru is Kunjabi Hari. He wrote a famous book called Manjari Srupni Rupan, and he claims that Bhava Las Rati is a Stairati of the Manjaris. But my own teacher, Pandit Sri Krishna Babaji Maharaj, he said that Bhava Las Rati is a form of Madhurati. The Stairati for the Manjaris is Madhurati, and Bhava Las Rati is the way it's expressed. Anyway, but everyone accepts Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, and all Gaudiya Vaishnava accept that the Manjaris have a special type of loving mood towards Radha and Krishna called Bhava Las Rati, which means they have more love for Radharani than Krishna, basically. I think that's all we'll read like that today. That's it. So now we have questions.